From Los Angeles, California, we have MC and performing artist TriState. He's on the eve of releasing his new project, Air Max King 3. We're going to bring him in and talk to him about this upcoming project, plus his impressive discography. Let's bring him in. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, peace, Mr.
My bro,
Cristopolis. Yes,
thank you, my
sir.
brother. Thank you. What an honor to have you on the Cristopolis show. And what perfect timing on the eve of the new project. Make Air Max great again. Air Max King Part 3. Talk to us about the new project, my bro.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. This is the finale. Well, at least in my mind, this is the finale right now. I think three, 3 episodes is good enough to get the people. I don't want to be doing Air Max 23. You know what I mean?
Because if you give them four, you got to give them five.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So, but yeah, I'm excited, man. This project, organic, like all of them, they all just came together organically,
Yeah.
similar to the construction of the shoe. So that's why it's Air Max out. So I'm
Yeah.
happy, man. Production is crazy. The features are crazy. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah. I love respecting the mystique and the rollout, but I know that people are also eager to to listen to however much you're willing to share. It's dropping next week.
Right.
This is, as we said, Volume 3, Air Max King, phenomenal, right? So much so that it spawned what we're thinking is going to be a trilogy, Air Max King 2, incredible project. I mean,
Thank you.
whirlwind, no look pass, dope video work, everything, right? For Air Max King 3, um, what can you share with us?
Um, I like them. I like mysteriousness in hip hop. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Like a lot of that shit is missing right
Yeah,
now. Like I
yeah,
feel like I feel like the mystique is
yeah,
gone. So I'm from the era of mystique. Like I didn't know what rock hit. It was like when it hit us, and it felt good.
yeah,
So I like that. I don't like to give up too much, but yeah. I mean, like I said, the playlist dropped last night, so everybody got a chance to see all the features that's on it. We got, of course, I got Planet Age on it. You know what I mean? Gold chain. I'ma always have my brother, right there, my right hand, right? I got Feel the Agony, Strong on Steady. I got Casual. Shout out to Casual. That's my big bro, Hyro.
yeah.
And and Opio as well from Hyro.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Um, I got my brother Roxy from Oxnard and MED, you know what
Dope.
I mean, coming through with the features. And then I got Colombo Black and my brother Mike Stroh, the bartenders.
Incredible.
So that's the list of features. Really just some of my favorite. I just went for
Yeah,
me, I go reach out to my favorite artists. Like, yo, I
yeah.
need joints with y'all. So and that's really how organic the music come together. I'm like, yo, I need y'all on this shit. So, you
Yeah, we
know.
got to make this
Yeah.
joint, especially if it's going to be the final installment of the Air Max King. You know what I'm saying? You got
We'll
to do
see.
it.
We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see.
yeah.
We'll see.
And in regards to production, I mean, your production's always incredible. What can you share with us in regards to production on this project?
Well, I'm most excited about reconnecting with one of the original producers, the cat who he kind of like brought me into this shit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like when I was in college, uh, it was a cat that I went to college with named Lord Rector. And Lord Rector ran track on scholarship. I was there on a basketball scholarship. And basically me and him connected on the hip hop shit. He used to write lyrics. I used to write lyrics. We sit after class, we share lyrics.
Yeah,
And we just started recording, man. And I had a great friend of mine, Hannibal Khan, that I grew up with in LA, that was connected with this super producer named Thayad Assar. Thayad Assar produced Paparazzi for Exhibit.
wow.
Absolutely. So He was one of the first producers that kind of opened the door to the studio and was like, "Yo, whenever,
That's
come in, let's
dope.
go." Yeah, so I reconnected with Thayad on this project, and man, it's a lot more to come from Thayad and myself. So I'm excited about that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
nothing like nostalgia. Like it's like going back home. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
getting mom's home cooking. So
That's so
yeah, we
dope.
back. Yeah, we back. We
This
back.
is a real
Yeah,
special project.
indeed, indeed, indeed. You know, three. You know what the three symbolize. So,
Yeah,
it's monumental for me to just even be able to bless people with three
yeah.
installments. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now the video work for the last Air Max King was dope. You had several music videos. Um have you know, I know that it hasn't been released yet, but you've done so much work in the past that when you do a rollout, you think of all these things. Like this will probably be like the lead song, this and this song and this song. Have you thought about some video work? Are videos coming? You know what in regards to the visuals, which you make dope visuals. You know what I'm saying? All your
Thank you,
projects have dope visuals.
thank you, brother. Yeah, I'm dropping a visual on Air Max Day,
That's
so that's
dope.
that's where we at with it. Yeah, we gonna drop something. I mean, get the people. We got to get the people a little something to see.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, considering the holiday that it is, it's a visual holiday, so we might as well give them something to visualize.
yeah, that's dope. The Air Max Days is well, in listening to this collection of music that you have, you kind of unpack Air Max Day, as even for people that were unaware of the date and when it happened and that it is a thing. You describe it throughout the different installments, and the first one and the second one. Can you share with us what Air Max Day, when it started, what it is, what happens on that day, and collectors around the world, all of that.
Yeah, it's fairly like a new celebration, actually. Less than 10 years old. Air Max Day is like where most, obviously avid sneaker collectors and people who enjoy just the whole model and make of an Air Max shoe
Yeah,
basically collect Air Max and they go. I mean, just depends. Some people like to purchase new sneakers on Air Max Day. Some people like to rock sneakers they never rocked before. You know what I'm saying? It's a cool thing to see what come out the closet on Air Max Day. So I know that all the avid collectors decided that, on the 26th, which kind of symbolized the release of the big bubble, the 86 big bubble, but came out in 87. They decreased the bubble size on the Air Max One, right? Tinker Hatfield's Air Max One. So that was pretty much the symbolization of that date. And that's where the celebration comes from, right? So Air Max Day was coined March 26th to symbolize that the
dope.
birth, right? The birth of the Tinker Hatfield and Air Max One collab. So
That's dope.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and 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 it's a perfect date to release Air Max King Part
You
3.
you know what's crazy, Chris? Irony. This out of this just falls into place. Um, Another project that I was a part of was also released on March 26th called Durag
Oh
Dynasty
yeah.
360 Waves. So 360 Waves came out on March 26th as well. Um, for some reason, we released projects on March 26th. It just so happens to be. So
Yeah, that's
it
the
was
joint
only
with
right.
you and Planet Asia, and that's a joint from
Killer
back in the
Ben,
day. Yeah.
yeah, you know, uh, solely produced by the Alchemist.
Yeah.
Durag Dynasty, forever be classic. Probably the greatest project I ever been a part of.
Wow.
I got a lot in the chamber, but um, that project was like eye opening for a lot of people who never heard of TriState.
Yeah.
They knew who Planet Asia and Alchemist was. Of course, they didn't know who Killer Ben and TriState was.
Yeah.
So Durag Dynasty was like a big slap in the face for a lot of lot of listeners who didn't know, and we've been doing that shit for years.
Yeah,
We already had the Gold Chain Military album out before that, so
yeah,
it wasn't new. Like, and Alchemist, that's why he called upon us. So, he already knew what it was as far as the word wizardry
yeah.
goes. So,
So it's a special day, regardless.
oh, indeed, indeed, March
That's
26th.
dope, man. I'm sure people want to know because on your page, you always got the dopest Air Max, every color, every combination. If you look on my Instagram, I follow so many different Air Max collectors from around the world.
So,
How big is your collection? It's you've got a lot of sneakers.
yeah, right now, I got about 240 pair.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Close to. I'm almost at 250. You know what I'm saying? So, uh,
You
I
literally
don't know when
could wear a different pair every day
for a
and almost
whole.
get through the year, get through like nine
Yeah,
months.
that's once I get to 365, we gonna stop. We gonna stop.
See, that's what you're telling yourself.
Word.
It's dope, man. It's dope and it's healthy and it's fly, you know?
Indeed, I mean that's what hip hop is. Like hip hop is dope and fly,
Mhm.
and when you dope and fly, that equivalates to being healthy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that equals healthy. So we gotta stay dope and fly.
yeah,
Like the forefathers taught us that.
that's right.
You know what I mean? They came with the fly gear, the chunky chains, the jewelry, you know what I'm saying? The Dapper Dan, everything.
Yeah,
It was always fly. That's the culture started out like that.
yeah. The leather, the custom leather,
Yeah, so
leather with a matching hat,
and we gotta combat all the other shit, the weird shit, the purses and the you know what I'm
bro.
saying? The shit that doesn't kind of like fit the culture.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's different. It's not what we used to.
That's right. That's right. I feel you, bro. So with a collection of 260, and new joints dropping all the time, how do you decide what you're gonna wear on Air Max Day, on project release day? Do you know, or is it like a feeling when you wake up and you kind of like that's just part of the morning routine?
Yeah, everything is based on vibe and energy and feeling like it. I gotta be. It's all mood. It's all mood. I just follow whatever the universe gives
Yeah,
me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I'm feeling like. I don't know. Today I was feeling lime. I was feeling.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So every day it's like it's something different. Plus I was like, yo, I never broke out the Hawaii,
yeah.
the sneaker community,
Hmm.
shout out to the Hawaii sneakerheads. So,
Yeah, it's
I
dope.
have, yeah, exactly. So I'm like, it's pieces. I got clothing pieces. I might even drop a Nautica series soon.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah, because that's
saying?
the other thing. You got crazy Nautica. And you're
Oh
like one of
man.
the only cats right now really representing for that, which is also that was like a hip hop thing also. I used to have
Of
mad Nautica.
course, of course, of course, of course. Yeah. So that the whole Nautica thing is crazy. That came from really like Planet Age, me and PA on tour and just tired of seeing polo everywhere.
Yeah.
And and us like, and that's how the Air Max thing started. I got sick of Jordans. No disrespect, though. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
Jordans.
right,
Every
absolutely. And
Jordan
or Air Force Ones, right? Like it's
and Air
all
Force
it's all love,
Ones.
but you got your lane and you the king of that lane.
I appreciate that, but I mean, at the end of the day, I own Jordans. I own Force Ones.
Hmm.
I got the Kobe's. I got the Kobe Air Force Ones that just dropped. Those is flames. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just got sick of popping up to the function and having on those J's, and everybody got the same J's on,
Yeah,
or everybody got the same polo piece.
yeah.
So we was bopping around. I don't know what city we was in, but we was in the mall and we was like, "Yo, man, fuck this polo shit, yo. Let's
Let's do
let's
something.
let's
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 do
yeah,
something.
let's flip it. Let's flip it." So we found these boat jackets, Nautica jackets, that was crazy to us, and we was like, "Yo." I'm getting this, G. You getting that? Yeah. So we went to the show that night in different color Nautica jackets, same flavor but
Oh,
different colors, and that was the spawn of it. We just started dumbing out. Like I see him one day and be like, "Yo, I got peep this."
yeah,
Show him new pieces. Like next thing you know, the closet is filling up. Nautica, Nautica, Nautica. So
that's
yeah, that's
dope.
how we became the Nautica gods. So
That's dope.
boat gods.
Yeah, the both guys. The you know, you mentioned Planet Asia. It's difficult to talk about your career and not talk about, you know, your longtime collaborator. Um, you and him are both, you know, two of the dopest in this thing of ours. Can you talk to us about how y'all met? Like how that, you know, how that relationship, iconic hip hop relationship came to be?
Um, yeah, that's easy. Asia and I's relationship is over 20 years old now. I met him through one of the most renowned MCs and the most amazing producers ever in our culture. Producer by the name of DJ Khalil and his group, which was called Self Scientific, MC named Chase Infinite.
Mm,
So Chase and Khalil, they had a studio. Well, Khalil had a studio, and I used to go to that studio with my brother Killer Ben. So Killer Ben and I was friends, and him and Planet Asia was boys. But I had never really met Planet Asia. But anyway, we linked up, through them at their studio, and we just started rolling together. We just vibe. You know what I'm saying? We was on
yeah,
similar shit. Age was always, you know, always this energetic light, uh, hilarious dude. I took to his character. That's how I was,
yeah,
that's how I am.
yeah.
So we just basically clicked like that. And he was always the jokester. So he was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this gold chain shit." And at first it was funny to us. So like gold chain music, gold chain. So I was like, "Yo, I'm rolling. I'm gold chain." Like, so we just started rolling like that and we started recording. And eventually Gold Chain Military was born. Killer Ben went away for a little bit, came home, and we was like, "Yo, let's finally do a Gold Chain military project on Gold Chain music." You know what I'm saying? So everything just came together like that.
That's dope.
Yeah. So our relationship, man, we go back. We've been around the world, traveling, touring,
Yeah,
everything. We've seen a lot of shit together. So,
yeah, bro. That's dope. That's a true relationship right there. A true
oh,
hip
indeed.
hop relationship.
Yeah, and family shit too. Like
Yeah,
outside of music, that's my brother. Like
yeah,
I love Jason Green. That's my
yeah.
brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So we and I love his family and vice versa.
that's
So
dope.
yeah, it's bigger than music with us.
Yeah, and also, you know, that saying, "Steel sharpens steel." You're
Oh yeah,
both just so lyrical, and like the word, the actual words, the combinations of words, the ideas, everything that you both touch on. You know, you can hear it, like for instance on No Look Past, the recent single off of Air Max King 2, and you guys are just going back and forth, and it's incredible lyrics with incredible lyrics, you
yeah, it's
know?
dope.
Yeah.
No Look Past is damn near 15 years
Wow.
old. You know what I mean? We recorded No Look Past long time ago. You know what I mean? And it was intended for another project, and one of the brothers that was involved in that project passed away.
Wow.
So I was able to retrieve it. Like I just always was a fan of the song. Like it was such an organic song.
Yeah.
Asia and I never wrote a bar down when we recorded that song. It was more like a you go in the booth,
Yeah.
freestyle, I come after you. You know what I'm saying? And we just kept going back and forth like that. And that's
Wow.
how No Look Pass was created. And that was, yeah, about 13 years ago.
Wow. So then it kind of sat there like unreleased
Yeah,
until
because
Air Max King
nobody,
2.
yeah, exactly. Nobody really knew what was going to happen with it. And when I was doing Air Max King 2, um, because obviously at this point, Age is he's in Cali. I live in Hawaii now.
Yeah.
So So, so him and I was like missing each other. I'd be in Cali and he'd be on the road. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? So, but stuff like that. So I was like, yo, I got a joint, that you and I can build that I could just throw that on the Air Max too. And
yeah,
he was like, oh yeah, let's go. So he was definitely with it. I reached out to some of my peoples that I was a part of that project, and they was
yeah.
like, yo, we'll be honored. So you know,
It's a dope track, man.
definitely a blessing. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
that's hard to believe that that thing just sat there for all that time, and
Yeah.
it kind of shows it's a testament to the type of music that you make. It sounds like
Timeless.
yeah, it's timeless.
Yeah.
Dope
Yeah.
beats and dope lyrics with flow in the pocket and with a cadence that's unique to you and a cadence that's unique to Asia. That you
No.
could listen to that forever.
Yeah, that's what we set out to do. I mean, from the jump, when we first started making music, we was like, yo, we not gonna do no dated shit, no,
Yeah,
you know, talk about topics, what's going on right now on IG or back then, whatever was going on fucking
yeah,
MySpace or whatever.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like we just stuck in our lane, stick to your guns, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's always been like that. Even before I was with Asia before he got with me, Killer Ben, vice versa, the whole chain like that. Shout out to all the Gold Chain.
yeah,
Everybody has that same mentality. We just make music that feels good to us. And you know what I'm saying? If it's right with us, then we good with it.
yeah.
And it's going to automatically be timeless.
Yeah, that's dope. That's a dope track. I can't wait to hear what you and Asia got on the new joint, Air Max King 3, Make Air Max Great Again, dropping
Yeah.
on the 26th, Air Max Day. When
Check.
it drops, is it dropping, because now there's different strategies when people roll things out, right? So some people just go all out DSPs, merch, or full blown. Other people will do it like Bandcamp, maybe some limited merch, and then later the DSPs. What approach are you taking?
It's going to be on the DSPs. There's going to be physicals as well. Um, and also, initially they're small batch of merch, small batch of merch. I'm working on some merch right now. The initial push was to have a shoe. Um, that section didn't fall through. So uh, I might still drop the shoe though.
Yeah,
The connection is still there. I still got the shoe connect. So the shoe might come out. I might drop the shoe later this year and drop another joint with it or something.
the
It's just
deluxe joint.
yeah, the deluxe edition and drop the shoe. But I mean, we'll see. Everything is, we just leave it up to the universe, and
Yeah,
what happens happens. So that's how we move, man. Everything got to be organic. We don't force anything.
that's beautiful, man. That's
Yeah, and
amazing.
and
The,
as far as the joint that he and I is on, also featuring Phil the Ag, that joint is major. My brother Crate Chef produced that, so. I know I only mentioned Thayada, sorry, reconnecting with Thayada, but there's Crate Chef did 4 joints on this project.
wow,
You know what I'm saying? Um, and then also we got Thayada Sar and then my brother Carson Mall, Molly Mall, Carson Mall, and then we also got the Vinyl Villains. So, and that's it. Small group of producers. So
that's dope. That's enough.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
indeed, indeed,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah, and I could see swag, hoodies, t-shirts, make Air Max great again. It's like perfect with the changing of the administration, you know what I'm saying? But it stands out because it's Air Max, the sneaker on it. I mean, you got swag with this joint. You could do merch on this.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. We got it. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'll make sure to get you a
I
package.
appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
Sir. Yes,
That
sir.
that's dope. That's dope. So what you've talked about now is Air Max King 3 dropping on Friday. On the 26th. Visual dropping on March 26th also, and we're gonna be having merch for this release. It's gonna be dope, man.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. We take our time. We make sure we when we release something out to the world that it's going to be right. So
Yeah,
that's we pride ourselves on that. So as long as we stick to the formula, it'll be received well.
yeah,
I'm pretty confident that it will get some good reception from this project.
absolutely. We talked about Air Max King 2 and Air Max King. They kind of set up this trilogy. What we think is going to be a trilogy. We'll see, because that's the thing. You'll get that reception, and people are going to be asking for more.
Yeah.
We talked about classic projects like Durag Dynasty, but there's other projects out there. You had the joint that you did with Dirt Diggs, right? You got the joint with Oh No.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us about illustrious tablets.
Tablets.
Yeah, talk to us about that. Because you've had a lot of projects, but there's some that really stand out, right? And then you
Yeah.
got the three-dimensional prescriptions also. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, talk to us
Yeah. The
about these kind of
illustrious.
more older projects, but that are still incredible projects.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. Illustrious tablets. That just comes from hanging out with Dirt Diggs every day. You know what I'm saying? We're like just hanging around Dirty Diggs in the Dirty Diggs lab in Venice, California, just sitting around in a lot of clouds of smoke and just vibing and what I'm saying, being creative. And Dirt Diggs, which I don't know if you know, Dirt Diggs is a group, yeah, production group.
Yeah,
Um, so you got Noy and you got JR, and those two brothers, they just creative, man. They into fashion. They really into the culture, like they live it. And it's not forced. They really live like that every day,
yeah,
and they digging through records. It's always was a great environment for us to all the whole gold chain
yeah,
to go over there and create. And that's where that project came from. Illustrious Tablets was just me going, man, we've been just creating a lot of music when I come over here. Let's get it, let's package it.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
give it
yeah.
to the
Let's start
people,
to let's start to put together.
Yeah, let's paint. Let's finish the
Mm,
canvas. So
mm,
um, that was always fun. I got a lot of work with Dirty Digs. Everybody in Gold Chain has a lot of work with Dirty Digs because that's the Gold Chain hub.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Anybody knows, anybody in the industry that's connected from West Side Gun to everybody, Conway, Ghostface, so many people that freaking Mob Deep, everybody's been to the lab.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because that's where everybody goes. You know what I'm saying? Wu Tang, Kappa, Inspector, everybody's been to Dirt Diggs lab. So that's the Gold Chain hub, and we used to just build there. So it
yeah.
was always fun to just be creative, man. Come up with new shit, sit around and build. And yo, I want to drop something. Yo, let me get that beat. So they constantly making, they constantly producing. So
Right, you're like chilling out. You're like, yo, anybody got that one?
exactly, it's like the pick of the litter, man. You get them all. So Illustrious Tablets was a dear to me too, because that was during the moment where I was in transition, getting ready to leave California, move to Hawaii.
Yeah,
So and I had the birth of my son on the way.
yeah,
So that was big.
yeah, yeah. It's a moment that helps you remember, like, a moment in time when you go back and listen to it and remember personally, like, what you were going through in
Oh
that
yeah,
time
indeed.
of life.
Even the cover, like the cover, those photos was
Yeah.
I took those photos at the house when I first moved to Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? I had moved to Hawaii. I live on a 5 acre property,
Okay.
right on top of the ocean. I was always outside by the ocean and with the animals and the growing everything, you know what I'm saying? So
That's dope.
it was just a great environment for me to be in. I was outside in nature. So I took that picture and it was just you know what I'm saying? It was just a basic picture of me reflecting, just chilling outside, you know,
Yeah.
ca- captured by my son's mom, and voila, it became the album cover. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. That's dope. What's the hip hop, because you don't really hear a lot about hip hop in Hawaii. Is there a hip hop community in Hawaii?
Absolutely.
Or yeah, talk to me about that.
Yeah, I mean the culture is everywhere. You know that. Matter of fact, I saw my brothers out here last year. Hyro was here last year. Um, they did a couple dope shows. Yeah, the scene and the shows was packed.
Yeah,
So yeah, the culture is strong here. It's just they 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 don't have a lot of support though. So
yeah,
one thing that's missing is like more consistent events
yeah,
versus like major things coming into town. I believe uh, we have an event coming up. La Russell is
yeah.
coming out here, um, and my brother Kwali was just here too. Um, Matter of
Dope.
fact, the video I shot with Kwali,
Yeah,
we shot a piece of that here in Hawaii, and then we shot a piece in New York, Hawaii, and in Arkansas. But yeah, he had he does the Blue Note circuit, so he did Blue Note shows here in Hawaii too. So I mean, the scene is definitely thriving. We just need more awareness and more support from all the people out here.
yeah. The thing is, you just get spoiled in LA. Everybody coming through all the time. There's the homegrown artists, there's the underground, there's the majors, there's the, like everything. It's always just nonstop. But
Yeah,
in
damn
other
near
spots,
every night.
every night,
You
every
know what I
night.
mean?
I'm down here in the Arts District. I'm by the Soho Warehouse.
Oh,
You know what I'm
dope.
saying? Yeah. I'm like, I gotta stay. I gotta have to. I need to try to stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? There's just always something popping off.
Of course.
But I've been in other places. You know what I'm saying? Like I stayed 9 months in Arkansas. I got family out
Oh,
there.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. And when people come to town, you know what I'm saying? It's a big deal. It
Yeah, of
becomes like
course.
an event. It's like special. It's not like all
Yeah,
the time. You know?
yeah. Similar vibes here on the island. It is an event when people come to town. When Kwali was here, we had a blast. It was basically something to do with Kwa every day.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like, man, we're not used to it out here on the island. I'm talking, everybody's awake and everybody's popping out. So
yeah,
we was outside. You literally, like the song say,
yeah.
we outside. We was outside. So we had a blast.
That's
But
dope.
yeah, those small towns and islands and stuff like that, they more hungry for the culture because they don't get it as much. It's not like the big cities.
Yeah,
Like you said, we spoiled. So,
yeah.
it makes you appreciate it even more when you get it less here.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that that move to Hawaii at this point is permanent, or do you see yourself maybe coming back to LA at some point in the future, or do you just travel when you need to do the work you need to do?
Yeah, I travel. For me, like I'm a businessman, so for me, I got multiple businesses. So this is my hub.
Yeah,
Like I plan on purchasing some land here and all kind. I'm like in transition of doing a lot of things. I got this sports drink. I'm part owner of, and then I got soccer team, professional soccer team, two of them. Um, so for me, like I don't have to. I'm not really struggling to do much. I'm a marketing manager, and I do all of those type of things. So you know, I'm posted. Like this is good energy, and it's good for your health. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? To be here is more laid back. It's not as crazy as the city life,
yeah,
and it's not as stressful. So you
yeah.
know what I mean? At any given moment, I'm right here. I'm in Waikiki. I could just go to the beach. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
And then I don't even have to lay on the beach. I could just walk around and people watch, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah. A,
it's
a, a lot of
tranquility.
people, when they reach a certain level of success, Hawaii is a place that you hear people going to,
Retire.
right? I think that, yeah, or like I guess it's kind of retired, but it's like peaceful. Like I think the owner of Oracle, Larry Ellison, owns an island out there. He's one of the richest men in the
Dope.
world. But yeah, and they've got apparently so many so much vegetation and things that are unique to the islands. And, just the whole Hawaii, everything is incredibly healthy. So there does reach a level where that's more valuable than anything else.
Yeah, the air quality. I'm from Cali. I'm from LA, and that's Smogville. Like I grew up in the smog, so
Yeah,
the air quality is way different here.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just a different type of vibe. The people are different. Of course, I mean, we travel the world, so I've seen people from everywhere. So it wasn't a culture shock for me to live here. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Actually, I think it was a blessing. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, slow me down a little bit so I could refocus and start building these brands. And, you know, it's a good place, especially if you on track to get your shit,
yeah,
on point. So,
yeah. Good for longevity.
absolutely.
Yeah, keep you out of certain circumstances.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Cleaner waters than Cali and New York, that's for sure.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's dope. We talked about the release of the new project dropping March
Mhm.
26th. Air Max King 3 visual dropping also. Um, as a Air Max connoisseur, is there like a pair that you've seen that you've never been able to get? Is there?
Of course.
Yeah, tell
Yeah,
us about
absolutely,
what are the
bro.
joint? Like so versus like in polo, like the Raekwon Snow Beach joint is a
Snow Beach,
joint that
yeah.
like they're like that one's harder to get,
Right.
and if you got that joint, what's like out of over 200 pairs of Air Max, what's the joint that like you still hunting for?
Mm. It's more than one. But I mean, my favorite models are probably the Air Max ones and the 90s. And there's a pair of 90s called the Species, Air Max 90 Species. And there's also the Huffquake 90s, Air Max 90 Huffquakes. I still haven't been able to get my hand on those two pair. And then as far as the Air Max ones, um, the Oregon Duck Tinkers, Tinker Hatfields, they rare. They going for like 20 grand a pair. So they hard to get your hands on. But those are some though. If opportunity strikes, I will definitely grab any one of those three.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's dope. Amazing, my brother. My bro,
Mhm.
TriState, it's been an honor building with you, my bro. I can't wait to hear the new project dropping
Yes, sir.
on March
Shout out to
26th.
Oh No too. I know you brought up Oh No, three dimensional. Shout out to Oh No, man. We about to whew, we
Yeah,
coming
tell me,
with
bro.
something.
Tell
We
me.
coming with something.
So is this like a project? Or is this
Yeah,
like
yeah. But yeah, so my brother Midas the Beast.
I know
Shout
about
out to Midas the
I know
Beast.
about Midaz The Beast, the
Of course you
Savage,
do.
man.
Of course you do. That's one of the greatest.
Mm,
He's one of the greatest with the pen.
yeah,
Shout out to Midas the Beast. Yeah, we building a missile right now. We building a missile. He and I share the same birthday. So October 9th, we both was born on October 9th with Libras. Every year. That's my little bro. You know what I'm saying? So we think alike, we move alike. He's gold chain, so he's family. So yeah, he and I building a missile with oh no, it's gonna be special. So just
oh
just
that's
just be aware it's coming this year. This year for sure.
oh man, 2025 gonna be stacked for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. And are y'all building? As you build, because I mean,
It's a project. Yeah, we're gonna drop it probably around birthday time. So
yeah, I mean,
yes, it
because
only
it's a
makes
party.
sense.
It's a
Yeah, it only
party.
makes sense. It only makes sense. So, uh, the October Surprise. That's the name of the project, October Surprise. So I
That's
just
dope.
I just leaked it. So that's where we at with it. Uh, but yeah, so yeah, we gonna definitely have everybody on standing on in amazement. Midas. Definitely one of those, like his name, the Beast. He brings the best out of everybody around. So,
That's
you know what I'm saying?
so dope.
It's always fun working with him. We got tons of joints. We always record. So
That's dope, bro. What an
yes,
incredible!
sir.
Thank you for sharing that. That's incredible news. You know, it's one of those things where we're celebrating make Air Max great again, but you got
Yes,
more
sir.
in the chamber. You got more in the clip.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Non-stop. Unlimited rounds.
That's dope.
Unlimited rounds. Jamil, what's good, my brother? Peace to the Almighty. Honesty. That's another killer.
Jamil's a killer.
Yes,
TriState, my
sir.
brother. It's been an honor to build with you. I'm looking forward to this incredible project. I know that it's gonna be a banger based on the other two, and of course your discography. I look forward to building with you again soon.
Thank you, sir. Yep,
Yeah.
we'll do it again.
All right, my brother. Appreciate you. Salute.
Peace.
Peace.